Mr. Dayton, Mr. President, I ask that the Senate observe a moment of silence in tribute to Senator Wellstone and his family. Moment of silence. Mr. Dayton, Mr. President, it is with a profoundly heavy heart that I rise today to present this resolution honoring my colleague, Paul Wellstone. This is not the occasion in this brief session for eulogies. There will be other opportunities on the Senate floor for all of us to share our memories and our perspective. For myself, I cannot begin to do Paul justice in a few minutes or even a few hours. He was such an extraordinary and remarkable man. He brought so much life, enthusiasm, passion, and commitment to the public life he lived. And he touched so many thousands of Minnesotans and others across this country who mourn his loss as we do here today. He died fearlessly as he lived his life. And the resolution that was just read, the words "never wavered from the principles," will be words that I will always associate with Paul Wellstone. He never ever blinked in the face of adversity. Courageous, difficult, perhaps at times unpopular positions were articles of faith for Paul because he believed in them. It was not about polls, it was not about pundits, it was about the conviction he had about what was right for people, for his fellow citizens. He was unpretentious, unassuming, just himself. He was no different as a senator than as a man, than as a political activist, all in one. He was extraordinary and he will never be replaced. In the hearts and minds of Minnesotans, he will never be forgotten. Yet, Mr. President, he loved this institution. He respected enormously the traditions, the men and women who served here. They came to respect him for the courage of his convictions. I could see in the course of the 2 years I have shared with him in the Senate that he was respected by people who did not agree with him because they knew he was speaking from his heart, that he was speaking from his soul, that he was speaking what he truly believed. One could ask for no more, no less from any of us than the strength of our convictions and our willingness to speak out about them regardless of political cost. Paul and his wife Sheila, at his side for 39 years, died last Friday together, as they would have wanted it to be, though not with their daughter Marcia, who also was on that flight, and 3 of their devoted aides and 2 pilots. It is an unspeakable tragedy and horror for all of us in Minnesota, but it will be the responsibility for all of us, on behalf of Paul, to take a deep breath and carry on behalf of our convictions and our causes, as he would want us to do. I thank the Senate for this resolution on behalf of Paul and for his 2 surviving sons, David and Mark, and their families. I know it will be a solace to them in their hours of terrible grief. And that would be Senator Mark Dayton, at the time, senator from Minnesota, the junior senator, to Paul Wellstone.